Guards are making a return to NBA 2K26, so I want to lock you guys in and give you guys one of the best builds in the game. Now, this build was made at Community Day, so there are some tweaks I want to see you guys make down in the comments down below. But if you guys could do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe if you guys are new, I'd really appreciate it. All right, let's get right into this video, man. For the position, we're going to go point guard. Height, you're going to go 6'4", with 175 being the weight and a wingspan of 6'7". With having a lower wingspan, you'll get higher attributes for your shooting. So that's why I went 6'7". You can go up 6 inches higher than your weight, for your height, but we went 6'7" just to get a little bit higher of a 3-point build, man. So we get a 75 close shot, 75 layup, which is pretty normal for having a high driving dunk. If you want to kind of switch that over, vice versa, and go lower driving dunk, go higher layup, there are some really good layups this year. There's really good layups with really good floaters. I think like minimum you should probably go like 85-ish layup to get like some of the best animations, like Devin Booker, stuff like that. However, on this build, I wanted to go higher driving dunk just because I like the way finishing is this year. And having an 88 means that I can max +5 my driving dunk once I get 5 cap breakers up to a 93 and get gold posterizer. I can max +2 that if I really wanted to and get legend posterizer, but I'll probably just max +1 it and get Hall of Fame, just because I want to use my max +2 on something else, mainly for shooting, because you get a 90 mid-range shot, you get an 83 3 ball, and you get an 82 free throw. However, for the mid-range, I would go 91, and here's why. So shooting specialization, you get 2 cap breakers for that specialization. What I would use that for is for the mid-range, from going from 91 to 93. Once you get to 93, you get gold set shot, gold shifty shooter, and then you can max +1, max +2 that. You also get some season. Okay, I shouldn't say that you get it because I don't know for sure, but like it would be kind of crazy if 2K went back in this direction. But you get most likely a cap breaker for level 40, so keep that in mind too. But as far as the 3-pointer goes, I feel like shooting this year was a little bit easier, so like having a higher mid-range and having like an 84 85 3-pointer is probably viable enough for you to get away with, especially when you're having a high mid-range and getting those shooting badges on Hall of Fame and Legend. Now, with the pass accuracy, ball handle, and speed with ball. So pass accuracy, you get 82 pass accuracy for gold dimer. However, you can go 84 to get visionary on Hall of Fame if you want to. However, bare minimum for a actual point guard, I would say this year is an 82 pass accuracy, just because, like, I don't know about y'all, but like I just got really bad pass animations with 71 last year, but I also was trying to use it in the rec. Like if you take a build with a 71 pass accuracy to like the 3s or the 2s or even like, you know, different game modes, like, you know, starting 5, something like that, like you probably can get away with it. But like if you're going in the rec or like a competitive 5v5 environment, like you need to have bare minimum an 82, most likely an 84. So keep that in mind. For the ball handle, I went with a 90. Just because it unlocked an animation that I really like, which was Ja Morant's dribble style. However, if you want like Steph Curry dribble moves, you know, some of the best in the game, Trae Young's and stuff like that, I would highly recommend going 92. You can keep the speed with ball the same because at 86 you get gold lightning launch, so that's a W. And then for the defense, I went with an 85 perimeter defense. I would actually not, I know I put an 88 right here, but I would actually not go higher than an 85, just because you get interceptor on gold at 85 and then you get glove on silver. So I would just stick with an 85. I wouldn't really go for an 88 unless you're trying to get to that 91 with cap breakers, but that's totally up to you, which I think that's what I had in mind when I was making this build. So I think my second set, so I was thinking more of in the future, so like in my second set, if I go from an 88, I can get to a 91 steel, and then get gold glove. But that's for the future. If you don't want to base your build off of future cap breakers, then I would just leave it at like an 85. And then for rebounding, I went with a 60, just because every year, bro, there is nobody that I really see that go high on their defensive rebound for small guards. Now, for me, having rebound chaser on bronze, I like to sit under the paint and just be a little rat down there and just, you know, when centers jump too early or when the power forward comes too early, like I normally get those rebounds, and it's fun. It sounds crazy, but if you watch anything from like my rec clips from this year or anything like that, like I just get random rebounds when our team needs them the most, because like they don't expect the little 6 guard to go down there and get a board. So like having a 60 rebound is actually pretty dope. You get, like I said, you get rebound chaser on bronze. It ain't nothing crazy, but at least you'll be able to get some rebounds here and there. And then for the speed and then agility, This year, like I said, the game speed felt a lot different. However, we were not in a server with thousands of players, so keep that in mind. I did go 86 on the speed, and that was because it's tied to speed with ball. So if you did not know, speed with ball and speed are tied together. So if you have an 86 speed with ball, your speed is automatically going to be upgraded to an 86. However, you still can go higher than that 86 cap and go whatever your attribute cap is. So if you cap out at 99, you can still go higher than that 86 to an 80 or to a 99. However, your speed with ball and your speed will start off as the same as you increase your speed with ball, if that makes sense. And then for agility, I didn't think it was nothing too crazy. Having an 82, I think was pretty good to be able to slide around on defense. Obviously, this build is not going to have hella strength. We're going to go 52. And then for vertical, you're going to go 80 so that when you get to a 93, if that is what you decide to go with, you can get gold posterizer. You cannot get gold posterizer without having an 80 vertical. So make sure if you want that gold posterizer later on that you get your vertical up to an 80 early so that you don't forget about it later. You have to end up using cap breakers or making a whole new. Now, so the shades of this build, for the shades of this build, you get Steve Francis, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and Damian Lillard, which is kind of crazy because I feel like that is probably like a devious type of build. But the archetype name comes out to a two-way mid-range high flyer, which is pretty dope. I'm not really a fan of the two-way name, but if this was like a mid-range high flyer, that's all the name was, I'd be super dope, fine with that. That'd be super okay. I'm good with that. But as you can see, this build has no weaknesses. It's a consistent hitter from the nail. Handles that have flair and control, explosive rim attacking guard, and elite at reading passes, which is super dope. Obviously, the go-to badges for this build: handles for days on gold, set shot specialist on gold, lightning launch on gold. Which, like I said earlier, you get mad max +1, max +2. So you can kind of tailor your build on how you want to make that or how that looks for you. I'm obviously probably gonna go legend set shot, legend lightning launch. That's just me. Just because like I know how the speed and dribbling is this year. And then shooting for me this year personally was pretty easy, especially with how rhythm shooting is low-key kind of broken. So if you guys have not seen any videos on how the rhythm shooting is, make sure you guys go check that out. I actually dropped a video of me in the logo gauntlet, so if you guys want to check that out, you can check it out here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, man. Let me know down in the comments what you would do to change this build, and if you can on your way out, just hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and make sure you guys turn notifications on because I'm gonna have the best NBA 2K26 content dropping day one.